what's up, you guys? It's your Drive Home Podcast. I'm your Drive Home Podcast host, Ryan. Back with another one. Just doing a little solo one here for you guys. Man, does that look weird. I got a new camera. Hope you guys are driving safe. Hope you guys are being safe out there. You know how all that goes. Let me see here. I have a special guest. My friend Chris Molina is going to be back on. It's been a while since I had him on. I think I had him on once this season. I'm not sure. So yeah, let me get him on here with us, and we'll be good to go. Hey, I'm really having some issues with this program. I know you guys love hearing all about that. Just trying to get the camera, the video working better and easier, and just I don't know how this is recording. Record. I think what I did either is going to look better or worse. I don't know. We'll see. I had Tim and Kelly over the other day. Me and Tim were talking about, come on, getting things working better on here. The problem is a lot of these are so spontaneously done. It's just it's a madness. Let's see. I am recording. Sweet. Just madness, and when it's spontaneous, like getting everyone on the same schedule, it's a bear. So let me see. Share. No, that's not how you do it. Invite. Looks like everything's running. But yeah, we were doing this episode the other day, and my audio quit working, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. So that's going to be fun. Trying to Frankenstein that one back together. But in the meantime, we got on. Good friend of mine. I've had him on the show many times. Chris Molina is here.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. What's up, man?
Yo, what's up? Can you hear me clearly, or is it like quiet?
It's a little quiet, but it might be the way I have things. I'm listening through my audio interface instead of.
I want to try something out. Can you still hear me? Tell me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad. I can bring you up on the board here, but you're coming in through the recording. I was just saying, I was doing a podcast the other day. Man, I really need to change up how I'm doing this thing, man, because recording the audio through Pro Tools for hours, for like a 3-hour long podcast, Pro Tools doesn't want to run for 3 hours. It's gonna crash. It's meant for like a 3-minute song. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Not hours and hours and hours of broadcasting. So I'll have like crashes, and then I don't even realize till we're halfway through the episodes. And now like there are ways to grab the audio, but it's a tremendous pain in the ass. And
Wait, you're telling me that program that's an industry standard is only meant for a 3-minute song?
Right. No way, right? Yeah,
Oh,
and
gosh.
it's crazy. I know churches that use Pro Tools. They use all Avid everything for their. I guess the service isn't also 3. Well, depending on where you're at, but that's
Man, I
risking
haven't
it.
been to a church where they're using Pro Tools in a long time.
And you haven't been here in a long time. That's why.
Yeah, it's really an American phenomenon, the whole the production of church, you know?
Oh, dude.
Honestly, since I've come to Europe, it's like the churches that have such a big production are just very far and few in between.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's I would imagine even my the church I go to right now, they just took a dramatic leap into the modern church. Like they updated their lights. Like they used to have like the old school chandeliers in the sanctuary, like really old school.
Nice.
Dude,
Classy.
It's very old, and they just got rid of them after like they've been there like 50 years, and they put professional lights in. It looks way different. It's weird.
Different or better?
It looks better to me, but well, it depends. I mean, do you want it to look more modern? I bet the old folks probably don't like it so much.
Yeah.
I am kind of amazed by the response. It seems like everyone likes it, but it's a huge difference, especially for a church that's primarily older people. So, they're playing Southern gospel up in there, so it's old.
Well, I think even at some point, older folks are like, you know what? Get rid of those old lights.
Yeah.
After looking at them for decades.
Yeah, they were dusty, man. We had to get rid of them things. Dude, I'm so glad that you said 12 o'clock because I'm also so thankful that I had today off. It's Indigenous Peoples Day here in America.
Nice. Nice.
AKA Christopher Columbus Day. So, yeah. So, I had today off.
Christopher Columbus Day. Okay.
Yeah. It's both. It's both.
Every time. Yeah, it's both. But every time this day comes around, it's just like another excuse for more division. Like,
I know.
People are like, "Oh, you mean Christopher Columbus, the guy who committed genocide?
He was a rapist. He
And
probably
then you've got
was.
people who are like, yeah, he probably. Who knows? And then you got people who are like, "God bless America." What I mean?
Right. It's a mess. That's why they say it's both. It's Indigenous Peoples Day or Columbus Day. Whatever. Either way, I get the day off. I don't give a crap. I'm just happy to be off. I'm just happy. And speaking of church, dude, the reason why I'm so happy to have today off. I was all weekend. I was playing drums for a women's conference Friday night, all day.
Did they make you wear a dress?
Dude, it wasn't even a men's conference, and I was there all weekend, dude. All weekend, all Saturday.
Did you meet a good woman?
Oh, yes.
With all those women?
Man, I hate to even say this, but when I left, I was like, man, there was some rough ones in there. I said that.
Or what do the kids say these days? Double baggers?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it was a little, they were a little homely. I hate to say. I mean, this is a church out in the country, basically, so it's not really, there were a couple prospects, but, I just kind of went, got some free food, got paid to do it.
Go.
I don't mind it. They pay me well to do especially for a whole weekend thing. Dude, I got a job for I didn't I'm enjoying today. Thank God I had today off, but I work.
Yep.
I have a job that pays. Getting paid doesn't exactly mean you're not going to feel burned out or you know what I mean? Great, it's money, but
that's true.
Where's my freedom,
Yeah, that's why you shouldn't, when you have a full-time job, bro, you can't just take every side gig.
Right.
You work hard, you got to rest hard.
My band is we've been focusing on, we've actually turned down a bunch of gigs recently because we're focusing on recording a full length somewhere else other than here, doing these singles. We've been doing a single a year, and it's really gone nowhere. I mean, the plays are few and far between, and I think it's best to just put out a whole album of all of our songs.
Yeah.
We got a lot of songs, and they just
if you guys record it, let me mix it, bro. I'm mixing Matt Ball's album. Sounds amazing.
That would never happen. No offense. They don't even want me to do anything, and I was the one recording and mixing. Seriously, they were dude, that's a whole thing right there, man. Actually, I don't mind talking about it because I don't know when this episode will be out, but
do they have big expectations?
Dude,
they only want Lord Algae, who mixed Red Hot Chili Peppers, to mix this album or something.
Yeah, Rick Rubin or. Yeah.
If we don't get Rick Rubin in here for our country band, is this even music?
I actually wanted to read a quote by Rick Rubin, real quick. Dude, if you don't, he's great.
Everything he says is quotable. That guy's amazing.
I hate to I feel like I'm jumping in the meat of everything already, but he has a quote in a book that he wrote, called "A Way of Being," the Creative Act, "A Way of Being," and the quote. All art is a work of progress. It helps to see the piece we're working on as an experiment, one in which we can't predict the outcome. Whatever the result, we will receive useful information that will benefit the next experiment. If you start from the position that there is no right or wrong, no good or bad, and creativity is just free play with no rules, it's easier to submerge yourself joyfully in the process of making things. We're not playing to win, we're playing to play. And ultimately, playing is fun. Perfectionism gets in the way of fun. A more skillful goal might be to find comfort in the process. I thought that was pretty profound. Depending on how you're looking at it, though. Like, yeah, perfectionism does get in the way of fun. But, and I just immediately I thought of church. When churches are like, it's got to be perfect. It's got to be. It does take away. It sucks the fun out of it, you know.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
I'm on the fence.
I'm on the fence too because I also don't want it to be sloppy.
Exactly. I don't want to suck.
You don't want to suck, but I don't know. And Rick Rubin, I mean, guy's kind of a weirdo, anyways. But like, if you ever see his podcast, he's always like barefoot.
Yeah.
And like,
bro, he had an episode with John Mayer that was so amazing.
They are good. Yeah, they are awesome. Yeah, I've seen some of them. They're pretty good, but it's just like I see some memes and videos or like short clips of some of the things he says, and they taking it out of context. It's like he'll be like, I don't know anything. I don't know how to play anything. I don't actually know anything. Like, it's like, okay, like what?
Yeah. There was that one
I forget
one interview. Is like, do you know how to use a mixing board? He's like, no. Do you know how to use software? No.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Not really. You know? Yeah.
Okay.
And he's like, so what are people paying you for? And his answer was something like, people pay me to trust my musical taste. And I was like, what?
And it was so slow, and like it was almost like he was thinking of very carefully what to say. It was weird.
But he does that. I mean, he did an interview with Rick Beato recently where they talked about a lot of stuff. And one of the things he said, which he says in a lot of interviews, was the audience comes last. And I get why he says that. People disagree with it.
Yeah.
But you know, he was talking about one of the biggest bands he's ever produced was System of a Down, and he said that if you know, every time he went to see System of a Down live, he was laughing, like almost hysterically laughing, because the band is so ridiculous. If you think about it,
yeah.
I mean, they're not like your typical metal band where they're not traditional metal. They like their rhythms are really like kind of unorthodox. Like they got like chugging rhythms where it's like a horse galloping, like junk 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 junk, you know, like stuff that you just didn't hear at the time. And then on top of that, you had Serge screaming over it, and then the other guy's like annoying little voice as backup. You know, it was just,
it is weird.
The ridiculousness of it made it work, is what he said. He said the ridiculousness of the whole band made it work. You know. And I was like, wow. And Rick Rubin, he trusted his instincts, and he produced that band, and he made that band amazing. They sounded amazing in the end, you know? So,
yeah.
I mean, he saw something I never would have saw. I mean, because most producers, whenever they're producing a band, they're always looking at that band in comparison to other bands that already exist that are famous.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And he's trying to size them up. But Rick Rubin's like, no, you're so different and ridiculous. You have to be a formula for success. You know? Like,
yeah. That's true. Yeah, it is wild what a producer will do. It is a weird line. Like, I kind of believe, okay, a good band is going to translate well on a recording, making the producer or the engineer doing less work for them, basically, because they've already done the hard stuff. They already have an excellent tone on all their gear and everything. You don't have to like really fix that. Like when you listen to an album before it's mastered or whatever, and it's like, whoa, like it's completely different. But then I also believe, I don't know, there's like two lines there. Like that kind of goes back to being, is it going to be like perfectionism? It kind of goes back to that. Like it's such an odd quote for him to say because his recordings sound perfect. They sound very edited and very.
Well, he doesn't. He's not a mixer. He
okay. He just produces.
He has a pool. He has a pool of engineers that he lets mix his stuff. And I know for a fact with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, he he had one engineer. He had like I think he had multiple engineers mix one song, and then the band would sit and just pick the one they liked. You know,
Okay.
which honestly is such a crazy, insane luxury if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of budget did they have? You know what I mean?
Oh, dude.
That's wild.
Yeah.
You know, like people are scrambling to find one guy who can mix it right, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers are like, let's just pick 12 of the best in the industry, and then we'll just listen to them. You know,
Right.
and they listen to them without knowing who mixed what, so they wouldn't be influenced by reputation. You know,
That's
this is
interesting.
crazy. Yeah, it's very interesting.
Yeah. I like that stuff. I'm like currently looking for some good documentaries. I've seen some good ones on Netflix. They have a documentary on everything on Netflix, but they had one
do.
the boy band one that was pretty good, but it's always like linked to some controversial thing, or I don't want to hear all that. I just want to hear about like the making of an album, or like the Beatles. Did you ever watch the Beatles? They had a thing on Disney Plus. It was like 6 hours long of them making, what was it? Get Back is what it's called. Making
No,
that.
but I did do a lot of research on how the sound engineers produced those albums. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff's awesome. That stuff's awesome.
With the limited technology they had back then.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Everyone.
they had what, like eight track desks, and they fit the band and the trumpets and the backup singers and everything in there. So it just had to sound right from
Yep.
the source.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, and
Crazy.
they would do like they're going to like master it, and while mastering they're like adding reverbs and stuff in real time as it's dubbing, like literally twisting knobs, and and like that's just crazy. Like, man, it is crazy. But it's that's fun. But I think we're kind of coming back to that, because it feels like for a long time all I saw was like slate packages, and as a drummer, I can right away tell when someone's recording has a fake drums, like their triggers, all triggers, like ugh, it's just the worst.
Yeah.
It just
Sounds
doesn't.
too perfect.
It sounds too perfect, and
Yeah.
I'm all for that. Like I'm kind of like at a hybrid state. Like I got triggers, but I like the way my drums sound. Like sure I might have like right now I have a trigger on my snare, and it's strictly just for rim shots, because I found like recording a rim shot on a snare is really hard to get a clear. So like what I did was I just programmed a rim shot. It wouldn't be an episode without me talking about this thing behind me. This drum pad I talk about, I swear, every episode.
I think it's so famous.
It's so famous. It's so old, but I can run a click into that. So I'm just hitting the rim, and the trigger is on the rim, so it just is picking up, as a rim shot without having to mic it to sound like a rim shot. And then my natural snare is just my natural snare. But that's how I have it set right now. Yeah. We but going back to my band recording an album, we're going somewhere else, because doing a whole album, dude, when I'm down here engineering and trying to drum, like our last single, I ended up re-recording the drums. Just because I could hear. Oh, actually, I looked up if that was a thing. I was like, can I re-record my drums? I looked it up, and apparently a lot of people do that. Kind of like brings the song to life, because now that you've heard it with all the parts added, just take your original drum track out, keep the click or whatever you used, re-record it, and like you can really dynamically bring it out, like bring the song to life, like at parts that
Dave Grohl did it.
Yeah,
with
because
his first album.
Because the first run through, you're almost like laying the foundation with like a scratch guitar, a scratch. It's not. It just doesn't come through as like a. So that's what I did, and I was happy with the re-recording that I did. There was some parts I wasn't too confident on, but not to talk about all that stuff. But that's just
I'm producing a band right now where they're making their I'm helping produce their demos, and then we'll go into a real studio, and the drummer will play along with these demos, so they have the whole band, and then we're gonna do all the guitars and vocals right here in this room later.
Yeah, I've found the home studio thing is kind of going away. I'm kind of happy. Like I'm actually thinking about making this. Like I just got my money right, so from a I had a anyways, it was with work or whatever, but this curtain back behind me, there's a whole room. So a buddy of mine has like these two giant glass panels he's going to donate to me, and we're going to put some drywall up and make that like an engineering room right behind me. So like
cool.
so like all the stuff that's in front of me right now, my board, my computer, all this stuff's going to go in there. This is just going to be an open room. My drum set that's over here is going to be going. There's another room on the other side of my stairs behind me. There's another side. It's not really a room, but we're going to make it a room, and we're going to make that a drum room. And that way, it's just everything's isolated. We can have the band in here, do the podcast in here. Engineering room will be in there. You know, it all sounds. It's a lot. It's a lot of work when I say it out loud, and I have mixed feelings about it all. But I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good in the end because everything's a mess. You can see like everything's a mess behind me. I got drum heads. I got crap laying out around. It just doesn't. It's not a flattering look right now. I want it to look a little better.
But having a control room and a recording room is definitely a luxury, and there's so many benefits.
Yeah,
so many benefits.
Yeah, it would be a lot better than what I got right now. But it's money, man. It's money, and finding the time to do all that, dude. Like I'd be coming home from work. I'm sure I'll have to work on it. I'm not. There's gonna be days I don't want to do that, you know.
Yeah.
But you know,
just save up, bro. Have someone do it for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've actually had a lot of work on this house. I got a new furnace that was expensive, but it was the first major thing I had happen in 4 years when I bought this house 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So I look at it like, yeah, it was expensive, but usually you have a tremendous amount of things. I got my gutters that are falling off. I got to fix those. I probably should have did that today, man. I was just so tired. I was sleeping in today, taking advantage. But
yeah,
but yeah, man.
You don't have infinite energy. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have what?
Infinite energy.
Yeah, I know. You're only one person too. You know.
Yep.
I'm the only one here doing laundry and cooking and everything.
About some roommates?
Dude, I'm too old for roommates. Okay. I'm beyond it. I've had roommates.
Just snag one of those girls from the weekend, buddy.
One of them elderly women.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
they're conservative. They'll
right.
Take care of you.
Yeah, they got money probably too.
They cook and clean.
Yeah. Man, not to go into all that. I feel like I've talked about myself enough. What's been going on with you?
Bro, working at the airport now.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Nice.
And man, that's been interesting. I'm working at the Lost and Found, bro.
Yeah.
And I started off at check-in, and man, I feel like all the years working at that refugee camp like prepared me to work at the airport.
Oh, nice.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I don't know why, like the hardest thing about working at the airport is actually just learning the computers and softwares. The easiest part for me now is talking to people, you know? I don't know why. It's the being a social worker like prepared me to deal with complicated people.
Oh, dude. You know? Yeah.
So I'm at the airport. I got people who they didn't check in and they accidentally sent their luggage on the conveyor belt without a tag on it. You know, every mistake you could possibly make is just happening every day.
Sure.
You got people who you got airlines where they want you to check in 3 hours before the flight, and if you do it at the desk, there's a hidden fee of 55 euros. People freaking out.
Is that Delta or something? I forget who does that.
No, not Delta. I'm in Terminal 1, and that's like only airlines that fly within Europe.
What is it called? Frontier. Frontier? Is that Frontier?
I don't know.
But it's spelled Frontier.
No. Oh, like France?
Yeah, Frontier. It just has like FROU. Is there like a U in there or something like that? I don't know.
No, I haven't seen anything like that. I don't know about that. But there's three terminals, and Terminal 3 is the international flights. That's where Delta is. That's where Austrian Airlines is. That's where all these like international airlines are. And I'm kind of in both. So dealing with complicated people, man, I didn't think I'd have a knack for it. But after working with refugees for 7 years, who can be extremely complicated.
Yeah.
The airport is a breeze. It's a breeze. Man.
Yeah.
I never felt more prepared to deal with stress in my entire life.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And then I was at check-in. and then I got moved because I asked to be moved to the Lost and Found because it's all morning shifts, and my wife's a teacher, so
Okay.
it's like I would never see her if I worked late shifts. She'd come home already at work. So
Yeah.
um, so now we're both working mornings, which is great, and we both have the weekends off, which is awesome. And the Lost and Found, you only get the emotional passengers. There's no one, you know, there's no one showing up excited at the Lost and Found.
Right. Right.
You know?
Yeah. I bet
So
not.
no. So and there's, man, when people lose their luggage, it's panic on another level, man. It's
Oh
like
yeah.
people, and they expect me to like walk across the airport to the warehouse where all the luggage is, dig through all their stuff, which we have our own little like storage room,
Hmm.
for the airlines we're responsible for. But they want me to go out to the plane and get their luggage. They want me to do crazy stuff. And these conversations can get really complicated, long, stressful, tricky. So I do my best to like handle the whole thing, but it can really take a toll on you after a while, man. And
I bet. I mean, you people, you almost gotta go with the mindset. Don't put any value, anything that you need, medication or anything. Don't put that in your luggage. Like,
man,
you need to put.
everybody does it.
I know.
Everybody.
I know. I know.
You don't know how many emails we get. Passenger, blah blah blah,
I'm
needs a
gonna die.
suitcase immediately because his medication is in there. You know, and I'm like, why did you put your medication that you need to live? Just keep it in your backpack. A little shoulder bag, something in your
Yeah.
jacket pocket. Don't put it in your luggage and send it off to God knows where.
People
You know,
think. I think people are afraid. People still don't. Even though it's been like 24 years since 9/11. They think that anything like that is going to be flagged as like drugs. Like if your name is on there, I don't think your name even has to be. There's been times I've flown and I've thrown just a pill bottle with random pills. They're not going through every pill to see what it is. It
oh
could
no,
honestly be anything.
no. The
But
X-rays actually can detect if it's medication or not.
oh
The
really?
X-rays, they're really super like
Well, some
advanced.
medicate. Well, how do they know though? Some medication is narcotics and it's prescribed.
Yeah, well, it
The
comes up like first off, the X-ray can see if it's a on the counter or off the counter drug, or if it's an antibiotic, or and then a combination of if it's an antibiotic and what kind of bottle is it in. There's a lot of things,
mm,
and sometimes they just open it up and look. You know,
yeah.
so
One time,
for the most part, a lot of stuff gets through.
oh, dude, yeah. The last time I flew, I had a thing of gummies. Well, they weren't weed gummies, but they could have been. They were literally like little pineapple or whatever flavored, like what is it, like Zicam or whatever, like cold medicine. But it was like the
Yeah,
chewy. They could have been gummies, and
could have been.
I threw them. I took them on my carry on. I threw them in my shoes because they were in my pocket. I threw them in my shoes, put them through the machine. And I'm like, oh, they didn't even notice that these were in here. That could have been had
No,
anything.
no. Man, we had a guy put a luggage through the check-in conveyor belt with no tag on it. So we have no idea who it belongs to.
Yeah.
And then the X-rays see it, and there's 500,000 euros in it.
Oh,
500,000. It's a half million, bro.
damn.
And and the crazy thing is, he didn't put a name tag on it, nothing. He just sends it through. And I almost feel like he did that on purpose. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know the story behind that bag, but my mind was already concocting like a backstory behind it. Like, it was a guy, he had a lot of dirty money, he needed to get rid of it, you know. So he
Like
just
like
puts it in a
Ozark.
bag. Yeah,
Yeah.
something. So he just puts it in a bag with no tag on it and sends it into the airport because he knows the police are gonna confiscate it.
Yeah.
So and that's exactly what happened. And I'm like, I don't know. Who
That's
knows?
crazy.
But it is crazy. But the job is nice. Dealing with passengers is easy. I feel like I'm the only guy there who has a high tolerance for annoying people and stressed out people. But everybody working with me, they didn't have the same background I had. They came from normal jobs, like
Dude, yeah,
so.
social work is not easy. My dad did that for many years, and man, you really got to have a tremendous amount of the patience of Job, essentially.
Something like that, man. And so yeah, It's fun. It's good. Working at the airport and yeah, working on my with my band as well. A lot of I had three guys in my band left.
Oh wow.
They just straight up left. So me and my drummer are now the only original members of the band left, and everybody left because of like personal reasons. Like the bass player, alcoholic, and he had to go fix himself. Um, and and he was also, I think, it's some mental problems. He accused me of using AI to write my music, and I was like, dude, you were in the room when we were recording it.
Uh,
Like you saw the tracks, but it's like, some alcoholics, like they're so far gone that like reality is like, you know what I mean?
what
It's
part
like
of the
they're just
recording did he think was AI?
I don't know. He saw me play the guitar parts, he saw me sing.
The
The whole band was
lyrics?
there during the recording process. And for him, because I know why. Because I had written all the songs and I wrote all the parts as well.
Hmm.
And here's the thing, I don't practice the bass part, for example. I don't practice the bass part every day. I just write it, record it. Hopefully, I remember it when I have to show it to him. And because I couldn't remember all the bass parts like exactly how I wrote them, I just had an audio reference. He, in his mind, it was like, oh, Chris doesn't know his own bass parts. He must be using AI. And I'm like, bro, if it was AI, I could still learn it perfectly. I just listen to it
Yeah.
and learn it. It's not rocket science. But when you're far gone
Mm.
and you're really sick, you can just come up with stuff in your brain like a crazy story.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he was gone, and then the other guys, they had like personal things going on in their lives, and they were a bit older, and I'm like, okay, yeah, yeah, you guys can check out if you want.
You can leave.
Um, like we had this other guitar player who was like really into AC/DC, and he found a band that was like more his style, and he started jamming with them, and I was like, dude, just go for it, man. Luckily in Vienna, there's no shortage of musicians, so
Very true.
I already
Very.
I already found the new guy,
That's
and he's
good.
really good. Yeah, yeah. So I already found another bass player. I found a bass player from Israel, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, really, really great bass player, man. Man, those Israelites can play some bass, bro. Uh,
Slapping that
um,
bass.
yeah, and he lived in France the last 10 years, working for some company, and now he moved here, and he's working for a really big energy company called Total, and he's got a really good position there, and he moved here with his family, and yes, but he's just like this tall, skinny guy, like just and he just plays bass so well. Oh, he
Yeah.
played, he played my own song back to me so good. I was like, dude, we might have to re-record that. It's so good, really.
That's
He didn't
funny.
even necessarily change any notes. It was just like his feel, you know,
Oh, I
and
see.
it's hard
Oh,
to describe.
re-record the line that you already had. I got you.
Yeah, yeah. He learned it just by ear. And then he showed up and played it for me. I gave him the hardest song with the hardest bass line, and he just learned it by ear and showed up, and he played it like way better than me. And I was like, dang, this is mind blowing.
That's
But
cool.
yeah,
That's pretty
yeah, yeah.
cool.
Now I'm just looking for a lead guitar player. So I'm sure I'll find him. He's out there somewhere,
Yeah.
you know. Deal. One day I'm gonna play these songs live. Man, I'm telling you, so hard to keep a band together.
Oh,
Telling you, man.
dude. Yeah. Our band has been together. Uh, our current formation has been together. I want to say 5 years. I was the
Yeah,
first replacement. Their drummer left in 2018. Actually,
yeah.
no. I think their drummer left in 2019. He was only with them for a year. They started in 2018, and I joined them like the tail end of 2019. Then we kicked our bass player out. Did I ever tell you?
No,
Did I tell you about this?
no, you never
So
did.
we played
Why?
like we played like one of our biggest shows with this girl Danielle, not Daniel. Her name was Danielle Nicole something. She was a jazz bassist and singer. Like she was really really good.
Wow.
And we opened for her at the where did we play? What was that? The Beachland, the ballroom, the big room at the Beachland.
Nice, nice.
Really awesome venue in East Cleveland. We opened, and we played the show. We went into the show knowing that afterwards we were gonna fire our bass player. We went in we went in with the intent to get through the gig, and then right afterwards go to the green room and be like, listen, we're gonna move on without you. And that's
alcoholic as well, or what?
No, it was the fact that he worked at Amazon. It was because he worked at Amazon. No, I'm just joking. It was no, it was because he worked at Amazon third shift, so he could never practice ever. And except for Saturday mornings at like 8:00 in the morning. So I was waking up on Saturdays, my only free morning to sleep in. I was waking up at like 6:30 and going straight to practice. This is when we practiced at our singer's house. And
okay.
So I'm driving. Like, I wouldn't care if they were coming to my house, whatever. I'll play in my PJs. I don't give a shit. Like, whatever. You guys are coming to me. That's what I like about practicing over here. But you know, he couldn't never practice, and he would. It's so ironic because like he would drop out in song, like, and just get lost where he was, and now. So, anyways, not to skip forward, but that was the reasons why we fired him. I was brand new to the band, so I was just like, listen, like, I feel like I don't even have an opinion in this. Like, I'm not even, you know what I mean? Like, this isn't even, this has nothing to do with me. So, yeah, he left. We got a new guy, ironically enough. Same issues, man. This guy's still
working third shift at Amazon.
No. Just as far as dropping out in songs, and I mean, just not.
What's up with bass players not learning the songs
that we've played for years, dude? We've done these same songs for years. Like we're just now writing, not writing. Like our singer has a whole bunch of songs, and basically, it's just us putting music to his songs, and that's how it's been. And
yeah, that's how most bands are.
Yeah, and it's just him writing songs acoustically, and we just. I would even dare to say some of our songs sound better just acoustic. I hate to say that. Like, I wish there were some of our songs that were just acoustic and not full band, but we're kind of like in a place where we're just putting music to everything. But anyways, yeah, our new bass player who's been with us, like I said, we've same formation for about 4 or 5 years.
Nice.
And I'm about to quit. I only say that because by the time this gets out there, we'll have it'll be next year, dude. I have so many episodes I have not even touched.
Shout out to Chris in 2025.
Yeah, you might be on the next season. I don't know if it's gonna be this season, but you know, man, just a band is hard, man. The thing with a band, man, is you need everyone to be going in the same direction with the same vision, and that's not what's been happening. That's not what this has been. This has been kind of like, this is what we're doing, and nothing's ever discussed. No meetings are ever had. It's kind of like we're doing this and we're doing that, and that's that. And I'm kind of like, it's kind of like church. It kind of just reminds me of church in the same, like, in all honesty, at the end of the,
good.
No, it isn't, and it's something that I decided I'm gonna wait till we're done with the recording to spring it on them. But I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it for a long time.
Just in case one of your songs goes super viral and it's a hit, just hang in there until after the recording.
Exactly.
You don't want to be the guy outside of the band after your song gets 1 million views on TikTok or something. That's the last thing you want.
Yeah, I don't want to be the old drummer of Blink-182 that. You know, he just got kicked out. They basically
the previous guitar players of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You know, like those guys. You don't know. You don't even care who those guys are. You know?
Right. So funny.
Yeah, I heard the previous drummer of Blink just didn't show up for a gig.
And then Travis played, and they were like, "All right, you got it now."
It's a no-brainer.
No-brainer.
And they never even heard from him again. I heard.
Like,
the drummer literally like ghosted the band. You know?
I heard I heard he's a cop now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was his first day of police academy. That's why
Yeah.
he ghosted the band.
Yeah, I saw a post. I don't know if it was, you see stuff on the internet. You don't really know, but it was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, this is the guy, original drummer from Blink-182, and he was in a police uniform. I'm like, oh, wow. That's
You
crazy.
ever think he's like sitting there, like, I don't know, cleaning his pistol, and he's
Right.
like seeing his like those two guys like on the biggest stage at the biggest venue making millions, and he's like, man, why didn't I stick with that band?
Why, yeah, why didn't I cancel that gig? Yeah, I should have went. I don't think they would have been as big if Travis
No.
is the show. Like if you go see them
Yeah.
now, they're playing to tracks. From what I understand, Travis Barker has a click track on one side of his in ear, and then he
Mhm.
has a guide telling him where they are in this song in the other ear, and that is he has no music in his in ears. He's
What?
That's what I read. I looked it up, and
It's impossible.
he literally maybe he feels the bass in the room or wherever they're at. I mean, you're gonna hear something, but like he uses a click, and he uses a guide that tells him where the song is, and
That
he's
doesn't even sound fun.
it probably isn't. It's just him doing acrobats and flipping sticks and he's amazing, but they're not really playing. Those are all tracks, dude. I've seen these live videos of them recently, and it's literally all like Tom DeLonge is not playing those guitar parts. He is just all over the
Really?
place, like he's
Yeah,
he's
he's
running
never
around
been the
stage. Like,
best
come on,
guitar
dude.
player. He's
He's
never been the best guitar player.
no,
That's
that's
for sure.
all. He might be in there, like his guitar might be in the mix, but dude, they're playing the tracks for the most part. I mean, that's just what they're doing. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
definitely. Because they're you listen to their albums, there's definitely way more than one guitar track. And I hear pads
Always.
and synths and other little, noises that a trio just can't do.
Oh
You
yeah,
know.
yeah. And there's 808 drops in there, and I think even
Yeah.
Travis has a drum pad just like this one. Yeah, he has one next
What's
to
the
him that
model
he's
you got, by the way?
huh?
What's the model?
Oh, dude, this is like a DTX Yamaha Ancient. It's a
Shout out to
DTX.
Yamaha.
I forget what it's called. DTX something.
Beautiful. I'm pretty sure Travis has the same one, bro.
It might be. It's really popular. The newer
Yeah.
ones are like the Alesis ones. They're flat. Like this one's cool because it's like stacked a little bit. The newer ones are like just a flat pad, and everything's just
Yeah.
yeah. I don't like that because you might hit the wrong thing. You want to hit
Trying to
like
make it look super modern and sleek, but it's unpractical. It's
oh,
unpractical at
dude,
the end of the day.
that's just
Stupid.
everything these days. They're trying to
Like,
the future is now. Have-
like Apple.
Have you seen the new Elon Musk cyber bus that he released?
Oh, I think I saw a picture of it somewhere.
It looks like
and
someone
just for-
from
and
from
I actually thought
Tron.
it was a joke. I thought it was a joke. I
No,
thought it was
it's real, man. I saw the actual unveiling where it was like driving through on a stage, and everyone's like, "Oh,
Hold on.
wow,
Um,
ah."
oh, this thing. That thing's crazy.
I can almost see your screen from your reflection behind you in your
Oh yeah.
patio.
You see what I'm looking at, huh?
Almost.
There's no privacy, not even halfway around
Nope.
the world. No, no, but yeah, I think it's wild. Oh, I did see a video of like Elon Musk pulling up to the party, like the unveiling party of his latest technology, like in a self-driving bus.
Yeah.
And the doors open and he walks out with all these girls behind him like he's Bruce Wayne or something. Yeah,
Oh, dude, yeah, it's so funny. It's I think it's like trying a little too hard to look like what we've always envisioned the future would look like. You know what I mean? Like it's all trying so hard to look like Tron or something from the future what was that? Demolition Man or
I like Demolition Man. I like the Running Man. Sorry. That's
oh yeah,
another
Running
movie.
Man. That's what I'm thinking of. Running Man with
But do you remember?
Arnold.
Man, I read an article like Elon's trying to develop some kind of chip for your brain. Did you read about that at all?
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, it's gonna be
Freaky, dude.
telepathy.
I'm not letting anybody put anything in my brain.
No.
Let it be known now.
Someone will do it. Someone out there will do it. Guarantee it.
Yeah, there's gonna be some influencers. I can see it now. Like
Oh, yeah.
influencers like just got my brand new brain chip. Oh, it's amazing.
Right, right.
You know, they're
And then
making, unboxing
a
videos.
chip.
I don't know.
I don't know.
How do you unbox a brain chip? I don't know. Maybe their brain,
Yeah, it just
I
opens
don't
now.
know.
Oh man, I don't know. It's just getting scary, man. And the fact that he's endorsing Trump, I don't know if you saw that, but he's like, there was a video of him jumping on stage next to Donald Trump, and Trump's
Dude,
just like,
Trump will be the first one to get chipped if he's not already chipped. You know,
probably,
I'm telling you, dude.
if he's even
He's
real.
gonna have so many chips. He's gonna be like, I have chips. I have the best chips. No one has better chips than me.
Yeah, no one ever. So funny. Oh man, yeah. That's another thing that'll be different when this episode comes out too. We'll have a new president for sure. That's happening in a few weeks, man.
Yeah,
We're gonna
that's
see.
wild.
I just can't believe. I hate to even talk about it because, like I just said, it's gonna be a done deal soon. But you know how that goes, and they stretch it
Who
out.
do you think's gonna win? Who do you think's winning?
It's hard to tell, dude. It's hard to tell. It's.
I've seen so many lefties go right. You know,
I know a lot, yeah, too, that are doing the same thing. I also know a lot of young Gen Zs that are all about Kamala and have they have no idea why. They just, other than
yeah,
they hate Trump, they don't even know anything.
yeah,
They know,
yeah.
they just don't, and they let them vote, and it's scary, dude. And
Yeah, it is
it's
scary.
gonna be, well, like I just said, Elon Musk, he 4 years ago was all anti-Trump, and now he's up on stage jumping with Donald Trump. I mean, it's a friend of mine. A friend of mine, he did he doesn't exactly do this type of thing, but he's a very wise person. And I saw him post. He went live on Facebook yesterday, and he was just kind of talking about like. And I don't normally even watch, like when someone goes live, you just watch them talk. Like I don't normally do that, but I watched him because I respect him. He used to be a worship pastor out in Youngstown when I went to a church out there, and he moved away, and his name's Russell, and he was talking about how, like, these people, Taylor Swift or whoever, that endorse these people, these that are running, they live such far removed lives from the majority of America.
From reality. Yep.
Yeah, the majority of us, they don't live our lives. They don't care how we vote or anything like
Yep.
that. But yet we put so much stock into what they say. These people that don't care about us. It's just, man, like
But already the absence of morality in Hollywood is already being unveiled slowly to the masses.
Yep.
So the worshiping of famous people is just like it's just dwindling down to nothing practically slowly. You know,
Yeah, that's
especially after the whole Diddy fiasco.
oh
But
yeah.
that's another episode maybe, I don't know.
Dude, that's happening right now, man. I mean, they said that list, that celebrity list, shocking names on that. But this is what I say
On
about
the
that.
last list, there were shocking names. The Epstein list.
Oh yeah.
Stephen Hawking's was on that list, bro. Don't even try to explain that to me. But
All I got to say to that is there's been so many people that I know that are sitting in jail as we speak that I used to be involved with, as far as like being involved in their church or whatever, and just because I was at a party with them or around them or so, it doesn't make me as guilty as them. You know what I
True.
mean? So it's like
true.
that's what this comes out. Oh, this person was at a party. Well, that person, maybe you don't know how long they were there. You don't know what they knew what was going on.
True.
In a mansion with many rooms, like anything could have been happening. So
Yeah, but it wasn't called a freak off for no reason, bro. You know what
that's
I'm saying?
different. Now there's a
And
freak off.
he didn't have a thousand gallons of baby oil for no reason. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying?
I heard that somehow they cut the baby oil with a drug and were squirting it on people, and they were like, as they were squirting them with baby oil, they were like convulsing from it because it was like
What?
mixed with some. Yeah, I don't know how you would even do that. That's what I saw and heard
That's crazy, dude.
on a news source. But
But the only good thing to come out of that whole story are the memes. Boy, the memes, the Diddy memes, just endless entertainment. You know, I saw that somebody put like a clip on Instagram. It was like this Japanese game show of these people trying to go up the stairs, but they're
Yeah.
slipping on the stairs because it's really wet, and it was just titled like "The Police Invading Diddy's Mansion" or something. I was just like, that is great. Like this is really so many good memes out there. It's
it's endless. It's endless. The amount of memes and videos and
he's even got his own verb. Don't get diddled. You know?
well, Diddy is the worst name. He should have stuck with Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
Because
Where
Diddy,
did he get that from?
Diddy
like,
the Diddler is his name now. Diddy the
Diddy
Diddler.
the diddler. Well, he's getting diddled right now.
Oh, big time.
Bro's dropping the soap on purpose. You know, like
Yeah, he just recently spoke at his first pretrial. I think just very recently.
Really?
Finally got to speak with a judge, and they're not letting him out. They're not even for nothing. No amount of money. They're just not letting him out. Yeah.
I heard they tried to bail him out for $15 million. That's insane, bro.
That's
insane.
Yeah, it's sad because there's a lot of good songs. I like not his songs, but he has a lot of songs that he's in.
He was a producer, right? He like helped other people.
Yeah, but he had his own song albums too, but like it's mostly like Jay-Z stuff he was in a lot back in the day. What was that cover of he basically took The Police.
Yeah. That's the only song I know by him, bro.
Yeah,
so I can't think of any other song he's ever done.
He took that melody and changed it and made it like I think I don't know if he did that and they didn't know, or there was something to that too where it was a copyright infringement thing, but
really,
but that was a good song either way.
I remember playing in the Levisburg Church of God worship band on Sundays, and whenever we played Revelation song, the guitar player would play that same bit from The Police with those same chords over it. Because it kind of fit somehow.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that fit a lot of songs.
Yeah.
I think I know you're talking.
I found myself throwing in a lot of riffs from secular bands and worship songs all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever I could.
Oh, yeah. You can do the often people play like Harry Potter theme during the altar call or whatever. Or you can play like Lord of the Rings or whatever.
Almost every Coldplay guitar lick fit.
Yeah, Coldplay. They're playing Clocks or whatever.
Yeah.
So funny.
I had so many licks in there. Nobody had any. Only Coldplay fans. They would come up to me afterwards and be like, was that song? Or this song? I'd be like, it was.
Sometimes it might even be unintentional because it's so
the styles are similar, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like the same song almost. A lot of worship music will rip off other songs.
Yep.
It's funny.
You just replace Baby with Jesus. That's it.
Yeah. Baby with Jesus.
All you gotta do.
So funny, man. I haven't watched South Park in so long. Well, they're not really doing new episodes, but they do these like hour and a half specials every 6 months or whatever.
Okay.
I don't want to watch an hour and a half long episode
of South Park.
You know what I mean? Like, it's funny the first half hour, I'm laughing, but then after a while, I'm like, maybe I'll watch this later. Like this is a little dragging on. But I'm watching a lot of scary movies right now. It's Halloween season. I hate to even talk about that because again, I don't know.
Is it because you're lonely? That's what I hear. If you're lonely, and
really?
you should watch a scary movie in the dark, and then you won't feel lonely anymore.
Well, that's an idea.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, someone's watching me.
Or at least you'll feel like someone's with you.
Right. Yeah.
That's what my dad always said. My dad used to go, Chris, if you're ever lonely, just turn off all the lights, watch a horror movie, and you won't feel alone anymore.
That's good advice. No, I like scary movies. I like I'm watching movies I haven't seen before, older movies. I watched The Wolfman, which came out in 2010. I completely missed that one.
You're talking about with
Anthony Hopkins. I think it was Anthony Hopkins. And it was there was a movie back in like the excuse me, 1940s or 50s called The Wolf Man, where a guy just turns into a wolf at night. And I guess this was supposed to be a spin off that, but it takes place in like the, like 1700s, and which kind of was cool. I can kind of respect that stuff because it takes a lot of work to set a scene like that and make it look like that. And I'm not usually too fond of movies like that, but then like the CGI where the wolves were it's 2010. I mean, it was the 2010 CGI. It was that weird hybrid of like real props with CGI. You know what I mean?
Which that was a special time for CGI. Actually, wasn't 2000s and 2010s.
Yeah, it wasn't bad because you had some real. It looked a little more realistic, but then when it became like now everything's CGI, ugh. It's
terrible.
It's terrible. It's to the point where it just looks like a video game. You're watching a video game.
Yeah. And I don't know what it was, but I felt like the early 2000s movies, like the CGI, it was like that sweet spot. It wasn't too overly done.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
it was expensive.
Like I recently watched The Mummy, with Brendan Fraser. And I thought they did it so good there. I was like,
in the first movie, yes.
The first one. And I watched it. There was like a version I found online somewhere where you can watch it as if it was the quality of a VHS cassette, And somehow the CGI blends better. It just looks good.
It's fuzzier. Yeah.
But then I see it's on Netflix in high definition, and the CGI looks terrible.
Yeah.
And somehow the bad quality just made the CGI work.
It masks it. It kind of makes everything a little blurry and blends it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
they need to just do that again, and we'll be Gucci.
Yeah, I'm done with the extreme high quality CGI. Like you look at something that's CGI and you're like, that's not real. So it's not scary. So like a scary movie, like a werewolf, it's fake. You tell that's a video game. Like it takes away from being scary,
it's not scary.
No, it isn't. And
also, I feel like an even bigger problem with films these days, especially horror movies, bad stories. No one's writing good stories anymore.
Yeah.
And no one's making me care about the characters. Like, for the most part, I'm watching these movies, people are dying. I'm like, I don't care that these people are dying. You didn't make me care about these characters. Why do I care what's happening?
I saw a movie recently that did that. It made the opposite of that. It actually, they spent too much time, I felt, investing into the people. It was like it was called See No Evil. It has that James McAvoy in it or whatever. It's pretty good. And it's a family, typical story. They meet like a couple on vacation. They're, they hit it off. They're drinking and having a good time. They go to their house that they have. And, like down the road, they go visit them and then they get, they turn on them, and it's like a kind of like The Shining almost. They're like chasing them, and that did a good job at setting up the family that, really you're rooting for the people to get out of there, as opposed to a movie where, like you said, they didn't invest enough time in the characters.
It's bad storytelling is what it is.
It is, yeah.
And I see this all over Netflix, man. Bad storytelling, and not just in movies. I watch anime from time to time. I feel like there's just really bad storytelling there. Like it's everywhere. You can't escape it. And like people are dying. I don't care what happens to these people. It's almost like they're creating entertainment just for entertainment's sake.
Yep.
They forgot to move me. Make me care about the main character, please.
Yeah, right now we're all watching different things because they have so much content out right now that no one's watching the same thing. So like you have things like anime and stuff that's being served to you in your algorithm on Netflix, and I have stupid, hour and a half action movies that suck balls. Like, dude.
Oh yeah.
And then like I'm like, so it's the same thing I'm experiencing basically. They're just putting whatever out there so people can enjoy their own whatever they're into. And I didn't realize this. Netflix, there's stuff that you watch I probably can't even watch because it's available in your country only. They have like 60,000 pieces of media that you can only, unless I had like a VPN and I put like my location was your location, then logged into Netflix, I could watch stuff that you get. But there's stuff that I get that you can't probably. I guarantee it. I don't know what, but I guarantee you there's some stuff that I can get that you can't, and vice versa. It's weird. I don't know why
Definitely.
they do that. And you're paying like $30-something a month. Like, dude.
And sometimes I can get stuff you have, but only in a certain language because there's
Right,
separate
yeah.
copyrights for languages.
I hate
Yeah.
that. I hate that.
hate it too.
Did you watch a show called on Netflix? Oh man, it was about I think they canceled it too.
I haven't seen too many shows on Netflix, so
It was
probably not.
the Bermuda Triangle. It was a couple years ago.
No,
Dude, it
definitely
was. I had to change the language on it and it's amazing how they even, if you change it to English or whatever, they even do something with the mouth where they make it look like they're saying the word. It's not like all.
Oh, there's
off.
a software for that, and
That's
people have been
insane.
using it for music videos for a long time, actually.
That's crazy, dude. That they
Yeah.
can do that with a whole show, like
Yeah.
hours of
Wild.
like just the click of a button. That is awesome. I've been watching too much movies, if you can't tell. Dude. I've been basically all weekend because I had a 3-day weekend. Like besides being busy at church, like any downtime, I've been watching movies.
Well, what was the last good movie you saw?
Let's see.
And
I just watched
good.
Good. I watched Deadpool and Wolverine last night. It's available.
Okay, that was pretty good. I enjoyed that one.
That was great, but
But I feel like that doesn't count as like a good movie.
that goes back to me
Because it's
saying
just a dopamine rush to your brain for 2
it
hours.
is. It was. It was very much like I just said. The whole watching a video game at some. There was a part where Wolverine, dude, he looked so fake. And he's just like, and like he just looked like a video game. It just looked like a video game. Like that whole scene. You know that scene where they were fighting all the different Deadpool. That whole thing was a video game. That's all that was.
That looked crazy. Yeah,
It was sweet, but it was just all whatever. But the last good movie I watched
with a good story.
was probably that movie, See No Evil, that I saw it in theaters.
Great.
Just last week I went to the movies and for the first time in forever, and we went and saw that. I liked it, but it was a thriller, cheap, 2-hour movie. But like a good movie.
I can't remember the last one.
They don't make anything good anymore. Everything's
I think-
kind of mediocre.
Maybe 7 years ago, I saw 12 Years a Slave, and I thought, man, that's a great movie.
My friend Tim, do you know Tim? I don't know if you've
Probably
ever
not.
heard him on the show or anything. He was just talking about that movie, like
Really?
our last podcast. He was just talking about that movie, how much he liked. I was like, dude, that movie's from like 2012 or something like that.
Yeah, it's
Or
a great film.
It's still good. That's when they made good movies.
And that's, it just goes to show, like, it doesn't matter how advanced CGI gets or whatever style of filming is popular at the time. A good story is timeless.
Yeah,
Just tell me a good story, please.
yeah.
You know?
I had a thought the other day, and maybe this is getting a little too deep. Maybe I'm hitting my vape probably too many times, but
Just go for it, bro. No rules here. No rules here. Feel free.
I had a thought while cutting the grass. I call these driving thoughts, shower thoughts, grass thoughts.
Body thoughts. All right, yeah, let's hear it.
So, and I don't mean it kind of almost sounds pro Gen now or whatever, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, whatever.
Okay.
It sounds pro that, but it's not.
No one judge him. Listeners, don't judge him right now.
It's the idea of all media, music, actors, movies, shows, and where we are now is because of where we've been, obviously, media wise.
So deep, bro.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I hit my vape too many times because
Water is wet.
but
No, keep going. I'm sorry.
it's just hard to put into words. What you've seen cool shit. There's always going to be more cool shit. The idea of the glory days are over.
Yeah.
I don't really believe in that.
Me neither.
I think that we're just in a weird rut with making media, and I think that kind of going back to what you're saying, the whole worshiping celebrities and stuff is really coming to an end because we see that they're just normal people, especially through social media now. We see that they're flawed individuals, and we see it more than ever. And I think that, and when you go to like, oh, this person was an amazing guitar player. Well, they're also amazing guitar players now. I see them all the time. Like, like, and I'm not trying to like suck off the generation. Well, that sounds bad, but they're not trying to like, you know what I mean?
With the metaphors.
Yeah. I'm not trying to, praise this younger generation, but I think it's almost like, okay, it's almost hard to put into words. Like, that was that, and this is this. Like, it's just,
I know exactly what
time
you mean.
goes on, and the more that time goes on, and there's different theories, like, I just watched that movie Idiocracy the other day. It's like how we're living through that movie, basically. And
that's a documentary, actually.
It basically is, yeah. But I think that, and yes, social media has made us dumber, but I think that there's a lot of good. I mean, obviously, we're advancing technology-wise. Like, can't say that we're getting dumber and technology is getting better, but I think we're getting dumber in the sense of what we think is important social skills, which you have, is, you express is needed. I think we are getting dumb. You
just have to get away from the computer.
Exactly.
And not look at your phone as much, man.
Dude, let me tell you, like, these younger
critical thinking is what's lacking.
These younger, let me just sound negative now. These younger kids, man, they don't know how to socialize. They don't know how to get out of their phone. They don't know how to even look. They don't even want to make eye contact with people.
It's true.
It's weird.
Well, let me tell you something. I was giving a guitar lesson. I was invited to a music school that was opening up in Dresden. And they had an evening where they had teenagers come who wanted to learn or try guitar or try drums or whatever. And they invited me to be one of the teachers. I show up. There's this young girl. She's a Gen Z. Full on. She's got the hair, the looks, everything. Gen Z. Like, she's 200% Gen Z. And she can play a little guitar, And I teach her this thing for the song Our God, by Chris Tomlin. Remember that song?
Yeah.
So I teach her this bit, and it's just really simple, And then I hear her say, "Oh, but I want to sing too." And I go, "Great, just play the bit I showed you and try to sing." And bro, she tried it. And her eyes all of a sudden get very red and watery, and tears are coming down her eyes, bro. And I was like, what's going on? I was really confused. But then I realized, oh, this girl is so broken, has so much trauma or something's not right, that even a inconvenient challenge brings her to tears,
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, like, I can't believe I'm seeing this, because me, when I was learning guitar, I embraced every challenge.
Oh, yeah.
There was no stopping me. I was unstoppable force because I wanted to learn guitar and I wanted to sing. And this girl, because I asked her to just try it. I wasn't forcing her. Nobody was even looking at her. You know what I mean? There was no social pressure. Everybody was busy with other things. I just said, give it a try. Try to play those chords I showed you and sing. And that brought her to tears, you know? And then I said, you know what? Why don't you go join the singers in the choir? And she was like, okay. And then she went off and did that, wiped her tears away. And she was happy the whole night. But that just like broke me, dude. And I saw similar situations happen like that throughout the night, with these young kids. When they were challenged with something they couldn't do, it really broke them, brought them to tears sometimes, And I was like, man, I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to do in those situations, to be honest. I can, if you're a refugee from Pakistan, I can help you. If you're a lost passenger in the airport, I can help you. But if you're a 14-year-old who can't play and sing and it's bringing you to tears, I don't know what to say. I honestly don't know what to say. And I feel like music is my specialty in life too. And I didn't know how to help this individual emotionally at the moment. I was like, there's clearly something happening there that I don't see, and it's not my place to pry into her life, so I don't
Yeah,
know. I
yeah,
just
and
sent her off to the choir, like, so
people, even adults, grown ass adults that are in the arts, like music or theater or whatever, they can have very fragile egos or fragile. They're just fragile and
yeah,
sensitive. They're
glass house egos.
yeah, yeah. It's more of a um, you know, I'm not comfortable doing this. I
Yeah.
saw that with full grown adults at King's Church with
Bro, I've seen that at every church.
yeah, yeah. I've seen that where girls are crying because they couldn't hit a note or something, or
Yeah.
they feel like they let everyone down or whatever. Maybe it's a girl thing. I don't know. It's certainly a
No.
mature immaturity thing, but
Yep.
that it's hard working with kids, man. I've tried teaching one kid drums one time. It was next to impossible. He just wanted to play on his phone the whole time. Parents paid me like twice, and they realized he wasn't learning anything. So that was the end of
Well,
that.
that's the thing. Their lives are so comfortable, to
Yeah,
present a challenge to them is almost devastating,
yeah, yeah.
because it requires them to not get first off, when you're learning something, you are not getting a dopamine kick. That's the
Right.
last thing you're getting,
Yeah, that's true.
But when you're looking at your phone, you're getting dopamine, like right away,
Yeah.
you know? So all of a sudden they have to do the opposite of that,
Hmm.
and focus, which doom scrolling does not promote focusing.
No.
So it's devastating for them. It's really tough, and I've seen it bring people to tears. And only Gen Zs, of course, but I've seen people come to tears, and I'm just thinking to myself, man, like if this is making you cry, the real world is gonna suck. Like,
Yeah. So
it's
true.
gonna suck.
So
You know?
true. Yeah, I'm trying to think of a time I ever cried, like when I was young, working somewhere, or I don't think I ever did. I think I always kind of like just kind of gave like a deer in headlights look, like oh, like like.
Yeah.
Have you seen the show Chef? Have you seen that show?
No, no.
Oh, dude, it's a great show. You should watch it if you're like. It's really cool because it's like really awesome shots of people making food and it looks awesome, but then it's also like a drama and it's
Yeah.
really good storyline. It's got that kid from Shameless in it. Um, anyways, there's a scene where they're kind of this second season right now. They're kind of going back to before they all got where they are right now as chefs. And this lady, she's like an older lady, and she's trying to get a job. And she stops at this place, and this kid's at a computer, and she's like, "Hi, yeah, I called it." She's like in her 40s. This kid's like maybe 19 or whatever, and he's at a computer just. And she's like, "Yeah, I called about the job," and he's like, "Can I type? Let me see. Will this make noise if I type?" He's like typing.
I can't even
Yeah.
hear
And
it, bro.
she's like, "Yeah, I called about a job. Yeah, yeah, they had a job. It's filled." And she's like, "Wait, the job's filled?" Yep. Oh, okay. He's like, and he never makes eye contact with her. He keeps looking at the computer the whole time. And she's finally like, and then she gets upset. She's like, well, that would have been nice to know. I had to take 2 buses to get here. And then like, finally she's like, hey, she like gets his attention. She's like, F you or something like that. He's like,
Oh my gosh.
and he's like, oh, like he looked like he was gonna shit his pants. It was so funny. Like, I guess you just have to see it, but the kid just like, oh, like he was like so scared at this lady. But really, she was just upset because I didn't call her about the job, and she's crying. And it's a great show, dude. It's a great show.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it. The dude from
But that right there embodies Gen Z's, that the whole
it
situation.
does. That's what they
right?
were highlighting. That's what they were highlighting. I was like, well, I'm surprised because the show's a little woke too. So I was surprised that they even show. I'm like, that's so true, man. Like,
Well, maybe from their perspective, it wasn't poking fun at woke, but bringing how they are to people's attention. You know what I mean?
I
Like from
guess.
their perspective, it was just different, like a different intention.
Right, yeah. It's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
But
Shows, movies,
so
TV.
we've pinpointed the problem. What's the solution though?
I think the solution is
Drugs, man.
it's Drugs, I guess. I don't know. Is that what's on? Is that what's on the streets these days? What are the
They got
kids?
uppers, downers, zigzags.
I hear
K-Mats.
I hear huffing is the thing these days. Doing the whippets.
Huffing.
Taking the whip,
whippets?
the end of the whipped
You mean
cream
like that
bottle.
game, Whip It? What are you talking about?
Whip it good.
Pull it. Tug it. Press it.
Oh yeah, smack it, bop it, choke it.
You see the Family Guy parody of that? He was like, "Start a second life with a gay man."
Ah.
Like, just have three wives.
Oh,
was
Family
crazy.
Guy. That's great. Oh man, sorry, I don't have too much here, man. I wish I just wish I had more time to do this show and make it a little better and have like I still have not figured out how to. I know for a fact that I've done one of these with you before, and I was able to like share videos and stuff on the fly, and I never figured out how to get that working ever again.
Don't
But
worry about it.
there's like
I enjoy these episodes so much.
I'm-
It doesn't matter, bro.
I'm just gonna send you from now on. Anytime I see something funny on Instagram, I'm just gonna send it to you instead of. I've been saving it and like to show on here, but I'm gonna just start sending you. I see some funny, some church hurt videos and
I sent you one just a minute ago. Check your Instagram, bro.
yeah. Let me see.
The morning podcast. The morning.
Yeah.
See
Okay,
it?
I see it. Oh, this is like is this the virginity is cool that one?
Oh yeah.
Here we go. Come on, ready? Virginity is cool. Come on. Virginity is cool. What up? Virginity is cool. He's got it. Virginity is cool.
That's a good
You
one.
can
That,
tell from the quality of the video that was like late 90s.
and
You
that
know, like,
guy is weird looking, dude. That guy that's doing the virginity
Definitely a
is
virgin.
cool. Like that dude is weird looking.
right.
Is he a burn victim?
Bro, are you following that channel Deuteronomy Memes?
No.
Follow the channel Deuteronomy Memes. Yeah.
Okay.
And bro, it's unhinged what's going on in there, bro.
Ah.
Oh my goodness.
I follow unhinged Christian memes. I follow them.
Yeah, well, these ones are like some next level, like maybe, oh man. And they're making fun of every cliche you could think of.
I know.
It's just amazing.
I know I sent you that one with that kid that sounded like Chris Rock. He sounded just like Chris Rock.
Yeah, dude.
I'm a donkey, Shrek.
Nowadays, churches are built like theaters and comedy clubs. Music dominating our service. And preparing for church used to be a whole vibe in my family. You know, getting your clothes dry clean, getting haircuts, getting your hair done at the beauty salon. But now it's different. People are wearing ripped jeans to church. Their clothes are so tight, the whole praise team look like sausages. Strobe lights, you got neon lights and smoke machines. Sunday morning services have turned into American Idol, Sunday's Best, and The Voice all rolled in one. You say that this
Did you see?
You know what? And I just got one comment on that. I might put it in here because I can't find it right now. But people were in the chat were all like, "Oh, don't come at this little child." You think that kid talking about, "Oh, this is how it used to be"? What 6 months ago? He was like 6 years old. He did not write that sermon. Someone wrote that and said, "Get up
Definitely.
there and do your best impression of Chris Rock." And
Which it was pretty good. He was like a little mini Chris Rock.
he sounded just like, "Hey, comedy clubs." He sounded just like Chris Rock. It was great.
Oh man, I love it.
Oh Jesus!
Did you see? Hold on, man. I sent you a clip of a young pastor preaching. And he was saying, I have a vision. I see a vision right now during our service of the elders standing before the throne, castrating themselves. And he meant to say
I saw that.
prostrating,
I saw that
but he
one.
said castrating.
I saw that one.
And I thought, oh my gosh, he like the video ended, but I would love to have seen the moment on his, on his face when he realizes what he actually said. He's like, wait, I mean prostrating.
I saw that. I saw that one, and a slip of the tongue is one thing, but it is funny when people are doing it when they're praying and like they're trying to sound like this is how they pray all the time. This is my prayer life. This is how I. Yeah, come on, dude. You never pray.
So weird.
I can tell.
So weird.
It is so weird. I'm
gonna
try.
My grandpa. Somebody told me once, he was like, "Yeah, having sort of parading your prayer language around is like putting out a spiritual sex tape or something like that. It's something weird." And I was just like, in a sense, kind of makes sense, because like imagine the most private moments you have with your partner and you just recorded it and put it out there,
Oh, I know.
But in church we just parade everything around, everything that's supposed to be private between you and God, just put it out there so everyone knows how spiritual you are. It's wild.
Oh man, this isn't working like it did last time with the share computer audio. I don't know. I don't know,
trying
man.
to share a video right now.
That was one thing I was trying to do before you hopped on. I was trying to get it so that your camera is recording only, because I'm recording my camera separately.
Yeah.
And right now, the issue I've been having with editing is like every time I talk, the video goes to me. I would prefer it just to be on the guest, but there's so many. Oh man, there's so many like. It's just, what it takes? It takes time learning actually how to use this thing, which I don't ever invest in. So that's the problem. That's the problem. But
just wing it, bro.
Yeah, just wing it. Screw it. But yeah, man, I didn't know how much time you had, but I just wanted to hop on here with you for a little bit and.
Yeah, man. And, always nice chatting with you. Thanks.
And catch up with you and yeah, dude. When you gonna be in the States? Anytime soon or? Yeah,
actually, I'm thinking next year sometime.
Okay.
Not sure when, but I definitely got to bring the wifey over. She's got to see Ohio.
Yeah, man, that'd be awesome. You guys are definitely welcome to stay here. Like I said.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got a. 2 spare rooms that I don't even use, so
legit. But I think we're gonna go to visit a few friends in Europe first. I got a good friend in Ireland. He got a great job working at Google, and he's one of the few guys who has like his own house in Dublin. And he said, "Chris, I got a guest bedroom. Fly over here. You can stay there as long as you want." And the cool thing is, because I work for the airport with Ryanair, I could take a flight over there for less than €100. I could literally go there, and for the back and forth, So I could literally go there for lunch one day. It takes like an hour to fly there from here. I could literally go there for lunch and be back in the evening in Vienna, which is wild.
That is crazy.
And I'm thinking, you know what? I might come visit you just for the weekend or something, or maybe just come for lunch, like you said, which I'm not going to lie. If I flew to another country, had lunch with somebody, and I was back at home the same day in the evening, I would feel like a billionaire.
Yeah, dude. You'd be like a baller. Yeah, dude. You'd be like, that would be awesome. That's stuff that's baller shit right there.
It is baller, and it's not even because I have some kind of financial advantage. It's more of a geological advantage.
Yeah,
that's Dublin's wild. Not far, So
so $100 you said?
Yeah, less than 100.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Flying within Europe is cheap, bro. It's only when you got to go overseas. It's a pain in the butt.
Man, I wish it was like that here. I would fly a lot more frequently if it was, but
man, if you guys had trains,
Yeah.
I heard I was reading somewhere that they privatized all the train tracks to encourage the automobile industry boom, And I was thinking to myself, man, if America had trains and you could just take any train to any state, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even need a car,
Yeah. That makes sense. I never even thought of that. I bet that is why it's like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, they've orchestrated everything in America.
Yeah, we got Ubers, we got electric buses coming, and next thing you know, World War III. So coming soon.
Coming up next.
Yeah.
upgrade now to USA Pro for World War III.
Right.
World War III DLC.
Too funny, man. Too funny. Well, yeah, man. Well, hey, I'm gonna hop off here if you don't mind. I do
No,
have
all good.
some chores I wanted to get done today. I can't believe I feel like I wasted the whole day sleeping. I feel like such a piece of shit, dude. But I was
No, bro,
tired.
sometimes we need that. Just be productive now.
Yeah.
So it balances out.
Yeah.
You know? Go do everything you could possibly think of.
It's funny, like when you have the day off and you're like looking at the clock. It doesn't move that fast when you're at work. I'll tell you that. Like, it's just like, dude, I would be home in 2 hours, but if I were at work, those 2 hours would be like torture. Like, it's just funny. But I don't know. I guess it depends on if you got a good job or not. So
Yeah. You got to do something you love, bro.
yeah,
Maybe a full-time podcaster, you know?
Oh God, I couldn't imagine doing that. I don't have the personality. I'm slowly realizing I just don't have the personality that's engaging enough. Yeah, and it's probably just the whole looking at social media and seeing all these people and.
You don't need to be so super charismatic, you know? Just have
like,
good.
What's up, guys? All right, like the whole time, oh God.
Dude, you sounded like that radio host from The Simpsons. I forgot his name.
Oh, Krusty.
Like and subscribe. No, but
Right.
yeah, bro. Just maybe in the future with the episodes, you could have like a topic or a theme, or something.
That's
so
my
when
problem.
people click play, they're like, "Oh, he's gonna talk about this," and I'm
Right.
interested.
And that's kind of goes with the whole territory of who you're interviewing, who you're having on. That's why I like doing these. They can be, I don't know. I like doing the ones with the interviews, and I like doing just hanging out ones. I don't want them to all be. Not I don't even want to say the word highbrow because they certainly are not. But like
highbrow,
yeah, they're not. I mean, even having I haven't had like any like doctors on here or anything like that. Like, but
I could find some for you.
That'd be great.
I know some educated individuals.
Yeah. I did actually.
Bro, at my church, I got some engineers, bro.
That would be cool. Talking gear, I'd be all for that. Talking gear, and I got plenty down here we could talk
not
about.
A sound engineer. I'm talking about like physicists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can get into time travel. Talk about anything, bro. You just throw it out there.
My co-host Tim would love that. He's all about that kind of stuff. He would be. It would be him and Tim talking, and me just going, "Oh, that's crazy," the whole time.
That sounds great.
That's crazy.
You wouldn't even need to say it, bro. Just have a button that triggers the audio file that goes, "Oh, that's crazy."
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be a good idea. But,
yeah, man. Other buttons that go, "Oh, that's nuts."
Well, hey, man, I appreciate your time and coming on, and definitely looking forward to seeing you when you come here. And,
yeah, man, me too, bro.
One of these days, I'll have to come see you, man. Maybe that's what I'll do with my money right now. I got some money. Dude. I got a little chunk.
I had Nick Coachman out here, bro.
I'm trying.
Did you hear about that?
No, what was that?
I had Nick Coachman out here.
Nick Coachman.
Remember Nick Coachman? Come on.
Oh, yes. He was out there?
He was out here, bro, and he stayed at my place, and we had a grand old time.
Oh, wow. Awesome. That would be awesome.
Catching up. And I realized, he became a completely different person from when I met him before. So we just clicked even more, So it was really amazing. And I did the music for the latest video game he developed.
Oh, okay.
So
nice. Yeah, I didn't know.
His game's out on Steam, y'all. Mortarmen.
That sounds like right up his alley, actually. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a real whiz with that stuff, man.
Dang. That's awesome. Yeah, man.
Anyways, yeah. So,
dude, well, thanks, and take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon, my friend.
You too, bro. Later.
All right, later. All right. And that was my good friend, Chris Molina. That was fun. I'm a little, I'm just a little tired today, man. My energy is just a little low. I can kind of tell just talking to him just now. But I would keep going for you guys. But I got some things, like I said, I gotta clean up down here. I gotta clean upstairs. Gotta clean some of my work clothes. Your boy's got things to do. So, yeah, I don't know when this will be out, but it'll be out eventually. So, I'm trying to think, was there anything else I wanted to talk about real quick? There's a few things, but oh yeah, I'll bring this up, whatever. I thought this was nice. This girl, man, I'm just not in the mood to talk about anything. So this girl, you know what, I'll save this for another time, but I guess, I don't know. Should I talk about this? Sure, why not? This girl sent me I went on a date with this girl like a full year ago. And I was thinking a lot about her recently. Like, man, she was a cool girl, you know? She was pretty cool. She was really chill, if you will. And I was like, man, I really messed up. I should have hung out with her, you know. I should have at least gave it a second chance. I can't find it now. You know what? Just forget it. Well, that was fun. Yeah, I think that's about it. So I will talk to you guys soon. Later.
Hey, thanks again for joining us on Your Drive Home podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the show. And also don't forget to follow us on all of our social medias. We will talk to you guys soon. Until then, drive safe.